Hello and welcome everybody to 2006. In 2006, the world was just on fire with technology, okay? The Nintendo Wii came out and we were just like, Wii, no, there was some pun, I didn't mean that one. You're just like, whoa, look at this, this is amazing. You can point the remote at the screen and pick things. You're like, this is the interaction we've always wanted from our TV remote, which we've been using for decades. And so we were just like, this is so cool. And then Facebook has their news feed. It's like I don't have to go searching for news anymore. You could Google something because that was like a verb back then. It still is. And Twitter. Rest in peace. No, Twitter came out in like 2006. I remember like in college, being a computer science major and just being like, oh, look at all this amazing technology, and it was like the college kids, only the cool techno geeks were on this. It's not like everybody and their dog like it is now on X, formerly Twitter. So yeah, interesting time. And Callaway trying to keep up with all this technology craze. They were like, look, we're going to pack this iron full of technology and it will do exactly what irons have been doing for hundreds of years. Is it better? I don't know. Let's get this on the review table, talk about some identifying features, and we'll have a closer look. All right, everybody, buckle up. We have some Callaway market talk here, all right? So in the catalog, they describe this as a dense tunite alloy cradle, okay? So that's this, what looks like the stainless steel part right here. That they call that tunite. Tunite? Tunite? Isn't that a Smashing Pumpkins song, Tonight? Alloy cradle, lightweight, 6'4" titanium face, and a special vibration dampening TPU sensor. Not an insert, a sensor. It's a sensitive insert. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Anyway, on this cavity filling insert, it does say Big Bertha Fusion Callaway logo here. Callaway Golf on the upper toe on this sensor. These little angles right here, mixed with some curves. Not quite arctangent, but there it is. The sole, this one is beat up. This is a demo club. You can see the iron number right here. These shafts were always super annoying because not only the angle, but there are grooves in the iron. And so you had to groove your shaft to fit. I know. And then the ferrule, also, interesting. People replace these with O-rings sometimes. So you can see the titanium face, the two white lines here at the base, very rounded here, and kind of a reasonable top line. When you look at the back, you think, oh, that's going to have a huge top line. I think it's pretty reasonable. Really short hosel right here. Obviously, the S2H2 idea is still coming out in 2006 here. So steel shaft on this one. Again, you can see this is the demo. It's a demo club. Callaway Nippon 990 Uniflex. I put the sticker on so I can remember the date. And then here's just a Callaway. You can see the little Callaway logo, little Callaway brand. You can see the Callaway branding right here, and on the butt it says Callaway Golf. So it's supposed to be technologically advanced. The marketers are telling an interesting story here. Let's get this out on the range and see what it does. Callaway Big Bertha Fusion. I remember when these things came out, I just thought they were spaceships because they had this huge plastic insert, and it's just like, those things must be so amazing. In the face, I can see the face cut out. Even at a dress, I can see the face cut out, which was, all the trend at the time. You can see this is a demo club. And, it was just like, I thought this was just the coolest thing on the planet since sliced bread. The bee's knees. It's been a long time since I've hit one of these. Let's see how it feels. Oh my goodness. See, with like large cavity backs, sometimes they're really clacky. This one is not. It just has this weird big plastic, like it's not like carbon fiber or it's just like Mattel plastic, you know what I mean, with that like plastic texture. Other than that, it felt amazing. What's not to like about these things, other than the looks? It's all about performance. I can see how these would do really well.
But the question that I have, though, is functionally it's beautiful. You can see I'm favoring the heel slightly, as I do. But ultimately, how is it aged? So, yes, they're amazing irons. They feel good. I can tell you right now, they feel amazing, and you can totally play these. I'm going to try to fade one a little bit here and risk a Hasselshank for you. But when you compare this to clubs that came out the next few years, like I play the JPX Mizuno, the JPX 800s, and those have a similar sound, but in my opinion, they look a little bit better, and they don't have this big kind of childish looking, I don't want to use the word childish, just this like plastic insert, you know what I mean? So as far as how is it aged, I just don't think it's aged very well, and I think that might be the biggest fault of this iron. All right, we're going for a slight fade here. Oh my gosh, you can work it. If you can find a good set of these, and you want that mid 2006 kind of look, I would totally play these. I mean, I can't, when it comes to like how they feel and perform, there's nothing to complain about. It's just that this. Let me know your thoughts.
So this feels like it is pretty long. Now, there was a point, it was probably right before this, but this represents it very well. There's this fork in the road, okay, where golfers want their 6-iron to go a certain distance. My 6-iron always goes this distance. And then that's one side, okay, that's one fork. And then the other fork is marketers. We need to sell more product. And in order to do that, we're going to pack it full of technology. And if we pack it full of technology and it does exactly what everybody thinks it's going to do, that won't sell. So we need to up the ante. We're going to make it longer, make the shaft longer. We're going to crank the loft so the ball they hit goes longer. So instead of a 5-iron, they can hit a 6-iron. What a great idea. So we'll put 6 on the 5-iron and we'll put 7 on it. And then on the pitching wedge, we need another club. And so we'll put gap wedge. And so we're going to replace the 5-iron with a gap wedge. It's going to be the exact same as a classic set of Ping I2s or Ping Zings, whatever. Except we're just going to shift the numbers over. And that will sell. And then you get this. This is on that side of the fork that I don't like. It's interesting, I admit, but I don't like this. Give me a 6-iron that goes the same distance as a 6-iron. Do I think this plastic insert's cool? No, I don't. Do I think the titanium face is cool? Yeah, all right, I'll give them that. The titanium face is pretty cool. But other than that, what's to love about this iron? I think this iron is good for what it is. And I feel like manufacturers have followed that fork in the road. They've moved towards technology and distance in irons instead of consistent. And lots of companies, I think Ping does this, Titleist does this, they still sell like the classic. You can get the classic lofts. I think they might bend them to those classic lofts, but either way, you can still get them. But this is the world we live in, okay? So, I could play these, I'd be happy with them if they were my only set of irons. However, this is not something I would seek out, but historically, I feel like this is worth talking about and discussing. Even though it's heinous to look at, because this represents marketing, fork in the road, versus like purist golfer decisions and preferences. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You might really like the look of this. At the time I thought it was super cool, but now I look at it and I'm like, oh, it didn't age well. It looks terrible and plasticky. But it does a good job dampening sound. It does a good job hitting a ball far. So, as usual, huge shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Another way you can support the channel is visiting my Amazon shop. I'll put a link in the description below. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. Thank you everybody for watching. I am the Vintage Golfer.